Welcome into Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, the only podcast on the Marshland Media multi-level medium scheme. Here to talk about beat by beat, moment by moment, and sweat by sweat, the adventures of Lucha Underground. We are on Season 2, Episode 22, Fame. And I shouldn't have held the F so long.
Oh, man. Oh,
Fame
boy.
And fortune.
I saw you just drastically, feverishly saying, what is the episode title? What is the episode title?
I had to scroll up to my nose.
Wait, were you going the entire time?
Not the entire
Well, I hope it was
the
the entire time because then the auto-delete won't delete out that beautiful pause.
But probably won't. It was more of the time than I intended. My name is Sean. What's going on? With me is my host and friend James. Hello.
Hello. Hey, Sean, we are recording this on April Fool's, so if you mess up, just say, April Fool's.
Oh, that's a good point. Shit, man. I don't have a joke.
Okay. April Fool's, that was a joke. It's anti-comedy.
April Fools, I'm too good at my fucking job to ever mess up.
Yeah. People for the first 45 minutes of the recording are like, yeah, man, that speaks truth. And then they're like, wait, what happened here? Guess what, guys? That was always happening.
Wait, what's happening in 45 minutes? I don't think I understand.
Oh, I enact a rule that I stop heavily editing out things that I still take out uhs and ums if there's like a bunch of space in between. But
sure. All my cancelable takes.
Or no, I keep those in.
Oh, okay, great.
Actually, there was one thing that I was like, I'm gonna take that out from last week. It wasn't any. It was just being mean to a specific person.
It was. I stand by it. I was watching you edit.
Oh yeah.
Twitch.tv/mostly speaking Sentai.
Ooh.
But like I remember watching it being like, that's fair you took it out because it requires a lot of context for me to explain why I'm being mean. But I do stand by who I was mean to and why I was mean. Was that about you? I don't know. You're going to have to subscribe to this podcast feed to find out.
Wait, no, they still wouldn't find that out.
Oh, yeah.
Because I edited it out.
I guess ask me online.
If you can find the VOD from last week, you might hear it, but I think I edited it before you even began the sentence.
I think so, too.
Because I'm good at my job.
I'm just going to have to be... I'm going to have to be mean to, like, everyone now.
Yeah.
Sorry. Eat shit. Just kidding. April Fools. Haha. I'm nice.
Hey, Steve F. Don't eat shit. Whoa.
I'm still feuding with Steve F for replacing me, I think.
No, that's Steve Barnes.
I am feuding with Steve F. Steve F, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Steve F hooked us up with Justin.
Shouts out to Hit People Guy for true. My bad. I'm sorry.
Steve, you want to know what the F means? Fucks, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's a Nicole joke, just so Nicole... oh, my God, she actually listened this week and she's calling me out? That's the first time ever.
April Fools. No, she didn't.
I showed her this clip. Why did I make this a clip?
Oh, because you were filled with joy speaking of your lure for Nicole.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of love, I absolutely loved this episode of Lucha Underground, Season 2, Episode 22, entitled Fame and Fortune?
Entitled Fuck You, you piece of shit.
I am a piece of shit. April Fools, I'm a piece of piss.
You're a piece of friend, is what I like to say.
All right. I don't like that one bit.
Wait, why not?
I don't know. I like deprecating myself.
Oh, hey, James, April Fools, you're my friend and you're a very good one.
Oh, dang it. I thought you were going to say April Fools, I don't call you friend. I don't call you ever, actually.
No, that's what you... Okay, well, two things. A... To anyone who is my friend out there that I don't call, I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard. Believe me, I'm trying really hard.
Damn, he has his fingers crossed so hard.
That's
the only thing he's doing hard right now.
I'm doing a lot of things hard right now, okay?
Oh, yeah. Like that dick game, baby.
Mostly my dick game. No, that is a real problem I have though. Like where I think, and you've noticed that where like, I don't like to be as secluded or as like isolated as I am, but like it's such a defense mechanism. And like, I'm a very charming introvert, which I think confuses some people because they're like, oh, Sean Goose, he's so charming. You know, he's a very outgoing guy. He must like get energy from other people. I've had so many partners think I was an extroverted person. And I had to and then I'm a very people pleasing person. So I want to be extroverted. But like, I think this is the first year I had to be like, no, I'm a very charming introvert. And and if it throws you off, that's okay. But it also makes it hard for me to like sometimes call back to people because I get this overwhelming sense of pressure and like just crazy amounts of like, it's wild.
Unless you're on stage, then you're great at calling back to people.
Hey, because people aren't jokes, so I can say what I want.
Yeah, but you're great at callbacks is what I'm saying. And you get a lot of callbacks, but you never book the roles.
Wait, what the fuck? Why not? Why is that
You're
part
just
of
great
it?
at getting, because you're there for leverage for the people they actually want. They see, oh, well, I'm not going to let Goose get the part. And then they're actually in all of a sudden. In this short that Melzer is doing, how did he get Adam Brody? Well, that's because the Goose came in and was, there just for leverage.
Adam Brody, I'm going to find you in a parking lot one day and take back all the roles you stole from me. It should have been me on the OC.
Yeah, you could have been screaming about Chrismica.
Yeah, I could have been the face of Chrismica. The early aughts answer to Festivus.
Now it's just Life Day, am I right? Fucking holiday special.
Yeah, get shat on. How about Life Water? This podcast is not sponsored by Life Water, but we should be.
The only life water I drink is water because that gives me life. And you want to know what's giving me life this episode of Lucha Underground?
You fucking tell me right now.
What?
What's giving you life in this episode of Lucha Underground?
Oh, no, I'm saying this episode of Lucha Underground is giving me life. I was like, wait, Sean, did you just interrupt me and did not hear what I said?
I thought you said, do you know what in this episode? Yeah, listen, I'm good at my job. It just doesn't show, except it does when you do the edits. Thank you so much for making me sound smart.
Well, this part will not. I don't know how I can edit this to be, unless I messed up and said in this episode.
I don't think you did, but
okay.
I'm going to gaslight you and say that you did and then call it an April Fool's joke later. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Great.
Well, you better listen to this before the end of April 1st.
Yeah. You need to listen to this, which is yesterday if you're listening to this the day it came out.
No, technically, this releases 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you're on Spotify, you can get this pretty much around 7:05.
Yeah, and if you motherfuckers better get on this because that joke is going to be so good for such a short window of time.
No. You have to do this. You have to go back and listen, then tell me April Fools if that is actually what I said.
Oh, I'm not going to listen to this episode.
Exactly.
See it.
We don't need to say the name of the episode again. Let's just get into it. We're at the desk, maybe.
We're at the office.
But whose desk? Of Dario, that is.
Ooh, there are desks. If you think about it, really, we're the desk to the office of Mother Earth.
Yeah.
Dig it, motherfuckers. We are at Dario's office with Dario's desk, though. He is sitting down with a new-to-the-temple luchador who can trace his lineage all the way back to the Jaguar tribe. Welcome to the temple, Nightclaw.
Speaking of Jaguars, there's this song called, The Lady and the Jaguar. It was twisted in Boondocks on Boondocks' album, The Harvest. And that song specifically, I'm like, man, I wish we would have done Boondocks' stuff as well. On Shuffling the Deck.
Of course, available on the same feed, actually. So just, scroll up.
Yeah. Also on the same feed is Death to Squids. Go listen to that.
Yeah. And there's one more. Is there one more on this feed?
No.
All right, then that's all you need to. That's all. That's all. New luchador. This is Demonic Flamita. If you are familiar with that luchador, he's wearing a different mask. Flamita will wear this, almost like a dragon-inspired mask later. And this, he looks like Black Panther. He just kind of looks like Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a luchador version, or maybe what you're on Power Rangers, they'd throw that on like an SPD.
Kind of. Like, I would almost say more Sentai than Luchador because it's very one-to-one Black Panther.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Yeah. But he's pretty cool. I know I've seen Flamita before and I like his stuff. I'm excited to see what he does. Nightclaw will debut in a 6-way match for the Gift of the Gods title. Nightclaw aims to prove he belongs here, takes off when Dario reminds him what happened to the Jaguar tribe, which is that they were overconfident and the first of the 7 Aztec tribes destroyed by the gods. Nightclaw listens to this by crossing his arms before leaving.
Do you think his voice was modulated?
I don't remember his voice, I'll be honest.
Oh, it was heavily modulated. He was like, hey, how you doing? And after, if you listen to our Cyborg episode on the same feed, Death to Squids, the main bad guy in the first cut that was screened for test audiences, the test audiences were sad. Like, this is sad. They were laughing when he talked because he's this huge dude. He looks like, think of Goro, the animatronic Goro from the first Mortal Kombat. It looks like it was sculpted after this guy minus, 2 arms. But they laughed because his voice was so high-pitched that they had to dub over him to have like this low, menacing voice. And it's so sad. And I wonder, I should redub this dude's voice and have it, or was he speaking in Spanish?
He might have been speaking in Spanish.
Okay, well, if he was speaking in English, I'll dub over it. Or they had to put subtitles on because it was so heavily modulated.
This was a weird one. And I don't think they've ever had, they only have the one event every year, Ultima Lucha. I guess you could also include Aztec Warfare as like a major event, but I don't think they debut anyone. I don't think they've debuted anyone at Ultima Lucha last year.
Oh, yeah, they did at one of them. Oh, no, not at Ultima Lucha, but they did Aztec Warfare.
They debuted someone at Aztec Warfare. They haven't debuted anyone. It was very hard for me to pay attention to this. I don't know why. It felt very like, I didn't know what, I think it was, they're introducing the Gift of the Gods again. And they set this up in the pre-show sort of like recap where part of the Gift of the Gods rule is that after it is cashed in, it can be reactivated at any time. We compared it to Dragon Ball Z before, the Dragon Balls. The difference is those have to like separate for a year before you can collect them again. This is immediate. So they had to explain that. They had to explain that they were doing it at Ultima Lucha. I thought Nightclaw was debuting tonight.
Yeah, it should have
been
been
his
that.
medallion. Yeah, it was. Instead, he's just handed a medallion, so he'll be at Ultima Lucha. And I was just I watched this like 3 times, and I didn't understand what was happening until we went to the desk with Stryker and Vampiro.
It could be because his voice was so heavily modulated.
Maybe that was it. But no, because he didn't even give any information. I think Dario was heavily modulated by cocaine and thin gravy.
Oh, the thinnest of all.
Oh, you know it.
And capitalism.
Oh, and fucking capitalism. Get out of my Lucha Libre.
But yeah, I did think it was very weird that they are going to be introducing a new fighter this late into the season.
Yeah, I think I would have accepted it more if they weren't also introducing the concept of the medallions coming back.
Oh yeah.
Like it felt I have a little brain. It is sweet and simple and filled with sugar most of the time.
Simple sugar.
But it struggled to keep up with all the information we were getting here.
I got it.
Oh, well,
you should have just called me. Call me back, baby.
I told you, it's very hard for me to do.
And that's a callback to callback.
Well done. At the desk.
But you are never getting called back on callbacks, baby.
Stop it. I am trying. I am trying so hard.
You're gonna get it. Torchy just got a big role, the Chicago PD, and you're in for it. You're the next one, baby.
I doubt it. I don't audition.
Well, wait, then start auditioning.
At the desk.
Wait, hold on. Either you audition or you better have a 30-minute special that we can record live by the end of the year.
I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah.
You got to do one of those two.
All right, we get it. I don't know what I'm doing with my career. I also have to work on this rule book again because I finally started work on that. This probably should have been an off-mic conversation. But I've been working on the rule book for the card game we were all working on before my friend Steve passed last summer, which is very exciting to get back into it. But it's one of those things where there's a lot of weight to that.
Yeah.
I miss my friend very much. Purple Prancer forever.
It's like my friends when a group of our best friends died in a car accident from drunk driving. It took them a real long time, actually not that long, to get back into drinking. Hey, yo! Yo, I'm schooling on my friends. Wowzers, did I feel ashamed of them.
Yeah, that was harsh. Hey, make sure you say April Fools. Everyone knows it's just a joke.
It's not. I will tell them. Hey, Dakota Rust thought it was pretty fucked up. Hey, Jamie thought it was pretty fucked up. You guys waited? On the 6 months anniversary? Oh, yeah. You guys sure did wait a long time. Woo! Was our friend group shattered by that? Yeah, maybe. We should have taken that time. This is on our parents, though. We should maybe go to group therapy, try to really figure this out, or just start smoking weed more. One of the two. Not the thing that led to the direct death of our friends.
Wow, but true.
I don't hold animosity towards them now. They are adults, but at the time I should have been more vocal and said, wow, guys, this is fucked.
Yeah, it's... Wow. Yeah, but true.
Back to the desk.
Real quick, though, but also, James.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for expressing yourself right there.
Uh-huh.
April Fools, get shit on.
Oh, please.
I love you very much, James. At the desk.
Was that an April Fool's?
No, I do love you very much.
Oh,
That's
no,
why I didn't say April Fools.
I meant the you just did.
They will never. They were never going to hear it.
No, that's staying in because it was called upon.
Because you called upon it.
Yeah.
This episode is chaos.
Who
I feel
cares?
particularly chaos. I don't. I love it.
I thought you were going to say I don't particularly care for the chaos.
No, I don't particularly care for this series, but I do love our chaos.
Okay.
At the desk, I finally figure out what was going on in that office scene, as we find out that the other 6 medallions will be earned tonight. So Nightclaw has been given the 7th medallion. He will be at Ultima Lucha. The other 6 medallions will be earned all night, actually. Every match tonight is a medallion match. Also, Prince Puma will speak to his plans for Ultima Lucha 2. Famously, Prince Puma was going to do an in-ring promo, but then got jumped by Mill. Then he didn't talk for a long time. This is the first time he will be cutting a promo in-ring. Our beloved ace of Lucha Underground, if you will.
Oh, of the Gangrene Gang.
Yes, of course. Or of the Gorillas for a short time.
Oh, yeah.
He played bass. For the first Ancient Aztec medallion, it will be Daga versus Masquerita Sagrada with the beautiful Brenda and Famous B.
Woo!
Let's go. Famous B takes the mic, mentions the digits, the Temple Faithful chant aloud immediately. The 4, 2, 3, get fame. 4, 2, 3, get fame. I was very excited by that.
Which is crazy because they're technically chanting a promotional phone number.
Hell the fuck yeah.
That would be like if Juggalos, instead of chanting like, I say stomp, you say whoop whoop, stomp.
Whoop whoop.
Stomp.
Whoop whoop.
Or who's going chicken hunting?
We's going chicken hunting.
They start chanting the phone number for the now defunct Twisted hotline.
Though, two things. A, thank you for pointing to me. I love chanting.
Uh-huh.
If you guys know anything about me, I think the number one reason I've been a wrestling fan for as long as I have been, I fucking love chanting. I know I shouldn't have gone to January 6th. I got distracted by the chanting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of look around. I'm like, oh no, I need to be more discerning with my chants.
But then you went to an Olivia Rodrigo concert and were chanting for Plan B.
Yeah, I'm just there to chant.
Yeah.
And human rights and civilization progression, but mostly the chants. The thing I like about it, though, is it's definitely a promotional tool, which so much of the art form of wrestling, because it comes from, at least in America, has these like deep carny roots. Like a lot of the art form kind of is the promotion, right? Before it was on television, it was just promoting these live events and all of the stuff we love that's not technical wrestling. You know, the promos, the bathroom nunchuck fights. Like, in a way, that's all just promotion to get you to buy tickets to the fight. Mm-hmm. So, like, wrestling, I think, is just a very odd medium where sometimes the promotional tool is also the art. Mm-hmm. Like, it's 423 get fame is a promotional phone number. But it is also part of the art. It's not just a promotional tool. It's also the art itself.
Mm-hmm.
And Famous B, was kind of a jobber in season 1, has just been doing this like comedy side, like to the main story of everything, a comedy side story.
Yeah.
Yet it's so over. It made me so happy to hear that chant.
And then you say, to punctuate that,
get fame.
Oh, I thought you were going to say April Fools.
No, I meant that, though. Let me be real. Let me have emotions. So the crowd chants back, get fame. He is proud to introduce his client, who, again, this is your first time joining us, his client, Masquerita Sagrada, has not won a match since signing with Famous B. But, they're the first time for everything, and I like his odds. Also, during all of this, Cobra Moon has arrived on top of Dario's office to hiss and beckon at Daga.
So hot.
She's like so fucking hot. I love, and Thunder Rosa is back in AEW now, and she's very good. I don't know if I've mentioned before. I know I have. I've mentioned it many a times. April Fools. Big old fan of this woman. Phenomenal luchador.
I'm a petite young fan of hers.
But you're still a fan.
Yeah.
Goddamn right, brother.
I'm a fan boat of hers.
Yeah, boat. Please edit that out.
No, it's staying, you bitch.
It's so bad.
Bitch.
No, at least boat was cute. I hate this show. Cobra Moon's here. Vampiro calls Cobra Moon a huge pain. And I'm like, she hasn't done anything yet besides stalk Daga, which is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But compared to like everything else going on in this temple, is kind of fine.
Yeah, Vampiro is a night warrior, not a night stalker.
Mm-hmm. Not a silver knight, white knight stalker. I should have stopped after you said the funny bit.
So then the match is over.
It's all Daga for the most part. He's running over Masquerita, goes for a cover. Masquerita kicks. Brenda screams, "My baby!" Vampiro woefully imagines waking up to that voice. Masquerita finally catches Daga off.
I had a note on that. I'm
Please.
so glad that we are getting past dogging on the, in quotes, dumb blonde, because I think it's because of Step by Step specifically. That character I love, because everyone knows my two favorite characters from Step by Step are Cody and Karen Foster. And I think it's because Karen and Cody, you can have them do literally anything and it would fit within their character because they are just absurd. That's all they are. So I think of the, in quotes, dumb blonde character as just an absurd individual who just finds joy in life. And that's great.
So off mic, before we started, I was telling James I finally saw Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn in the Birds of Prey movie, for the first time last night. And I think like Harley Quinn, and specifically like the insane sort of like blonde, like I think that, like it's a variation on the dumb blonde.
Oh yeah, the crazy blonde.
Yeah, they're not dumb. They're absurd. They almost exist in the case of Birds of Prey, because Harley was the omniscient narrator the entire movie. Almost like they're absurd because they exist outside of our reality. Like they're living here, but they also exist on this other plane. So yeah, everything's going to be a little different coming from them because they have such a wildly different perspective. It's not dumb. It's not that they lack intelligence. They just have this other wide array of knowledge in something else.
Yeah, and when men do that, they're like, oh, yeah, he's a Sigma male. He's, independent. He lives by his own rules. That's what the, in quotes, dumb blonde and crazy blonde characters are too, you chuds.
Yeah. Also, like, to be clear, you do not have to be an absurd, crazy Harley Quinn existing outside of reality. You can do the dumb blonde character and kick ass. Brenda's vocal delivery this entire match, she's my highlight of this match, is Brenda. Brenda is the best part of it. It's a 2-minute match, but she kills it. The my babies, the oh no's. The first offense from Masquerita is this Hurricane Rana pinfall that Daga kicks out of. And then Brenda immediately just screams, no, he already won. I love, like, kills it. We don't need, and go back to your point, I'm also glad we're past this because we don't need Vampiro dogging on that.
Yeah.
She's killing it. She's doing good work. don't bury the good work.
Yeah, and for anyone coming at me, oh, Karen Foster's brunette. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure that was the idea of Step by Step. Make the blonde the extremely smart, school-focused one, and then the brunette, who's usually the smart-focused one, make her all about shopping and stuff. But there's more to that character than that.
James, you can just say Dana Foster is your favorite character in Step by Step, and we can all move on. James loves Dana Foster.
No.
He said it multiple times.
My second least favorite. She's so tied up in second wave feminism. Shut up.
Hey, James.
What's up?
April Fools.
Oh, whew.
I, however, no April Fools, still love Dana Foster with all of my heart. Dana, thank you so much.
Dana Foster would have some questionable opinions on feminism and who really is a woman.
I'm sorry. Don't put her.
All she does is slut shame, baby.
That's not. TERFs are bad. And we don't have time to get into how bad.
I would also say there are feminists who say sluts are just like they're setting women back 20 years. No, your thinking is setting women back 20 years.
Yeah, don't be like so close-minded to sex that like, I don't know, let people fuck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Masquerade. I'm sorry. I'm just reading. I'm reading my notes for no, he already won, and I'm giggling again.
I can't believe you like Dana Foster. You need to come over and watch all 160 episodes with us, and we'll watch season 6 in production order, okay? Not air date order.
Okay, and if you just want to watch me, this is okay. You ever watch like a childhood crush? Yeah. And so you watch again and you're like, oh man, I had such a crush. And then you're like, oh wait, I'm 30 and you're not. That's the end of that thought. I'm going to go back to the match now. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I have that when I watch a lot of porn.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, no, you're dead now. Because I like granny porn, baby, from the 70s.
Thank God.
What?
There's a lot of porn stars who die.
Yeah, especially grannies from the 70s.
Daga combos a side Russian leg sweep
Most
into
of
the
them from
crossface.
Odosin, you know.
James!
I can make those jokes. I can make those jokes. I've had people die in my life from Odosin. Mainly
God
the
bless.
granny porn that I watch.
All right.
April Fools. I don't watch grannies have sex. Ugh.
Other than the April Fools is you don't watch grannies have sex, but the real part is that friends you know have died from overdose.
Oh yeah, of course. It's a conflict in my mind constantly.
Mm-hmm. Transition. Daga combos a side Russian leg sweep into the crossface. Masquerita taps out 2 minutes and 12 seconds. You know when we just talk about real shit and then there's no way for me to transition back in?
You say, speaking of O-dosing, man, I O-dosed on the excitement from this episode.
It's only got like a 4.86 on Cage Match.
Out of how much? 4.5?
10. No, out of 10.
Yeah, well, Cage Match also, anytime someone talks about AEW, they say WWE's better, vice versa.
Okay, well, the internet's not a perfect place, but it's where they keep all of the grandma porn.
Oh, yeah, and you better believe I'm jacking to that.
Oh, yeah, baby. Daga's handed his amulet after the match. Daga receives his amulet. Cobra Moon lies down. She's been posted on the roof of Dario's office this whole time. So she lays down like King Dedede from Smash Brothers while smiling nice. And Daga examines the medallion. It has a couple snakes on it. They do this close-up on the medallion. It reminds me of like Sinestro's mask, honestly. I'm not sure what they're doing with this.
Wait, no. Snake and a snake.
Snake and a snake?
Yeah, Cobra's a snake.
Okay, is that why? What is that? But why is that on the medallion?
I think like maybe he's going into the Cobra shit. He might be a snake as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, because each of the 7 medallions represents one of the 7 Aztec tribes. As you know, we mentioned before, the Jaguar tribe. There is a snake tribe, so maybe it was just that, and he's just kind of like putting the pieces together. That like Cobra Moon is here, I just won the medallion. My first medallion. This is his first medallion, I think. Did he compete? I don't think he competed in the first. No, he did. He did.
Yeah.
He did compete in the Gift of the Gods match earlier this year.
What if he also had the snake one last time?
Maybe. So Daga wins the medallion. Brenda's giving Sagrada a kiss on the cheek before Famous B gives him a super kick to the cheek. What? Why is he super kicking our precious Masquerita Sagrada?
Famous B has a literal heel turn because he takes off his shoe and beats Sagrada with the heel of it.
He beats the shit out of Sagrada with his shoe before it flies out of his hand. And Brenda this entire time is screaming, by the way. She did not know this was going to happen. She hates this. He yells at Brenda, "Get my shoe," before he takes a mic, and he promises to the faithful that he will find Famous B a new client, a real client, and he will be famous. By the way, he's screaming, "You want to embarrass me? You want to embarrass me?" Okay, so for the moment, I enjoyed this very much. And I don't want to lose sight. I think some wrestling fans, they get so preoccupied with like, how will this look in the future? And like being an armchair booker, they don't ever like enjoy or dislike moments because they're too busy like planning for the future. So I don't want to do that, but I wonder if this was a little too soon.
No.
I don't think the crowd chanted 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, get fame like that before. I feel like there might have been some money. That's what I'm worried about. I think that this heel turn and him turning on Sagrada, this was a pretty hot team. I want to see Sagrada get his first win together.
Yeah. But I think the thing with this is, if you were to be watching 22 episodes of a TV show, just any TV show, and all of a sudden, let's say in season 1, Dana does end up dating Cody after 22 episodes, technically showed up in episode 5, whatever. But
yeah, are they cousins?
Unrelated cousins.
Okay.
And in the first season, he was like trying to date her. For season 1, Cody is wildly different than season 2, Cody. Season 2 is when he becomes what you love about him. The first one,
Christian?
He's just constantly Christian. He's a virgin, guys. He's pure.
We don't talk about how like secretly Christian. He's kind of like the Creed of family sitcoms in the late 90s.
No, I think he's the ICP of celibacy.
I was gonna say, where you don't know until like deep in, like, oh, has this all been about God?
No. I'm saying he's non-denominational celibacy, meaning this is a show for the family and specifically for children to learn. You have to put in this messaging. So he's saying like, hey, I choose to wait, even though JD doesn't want to. That's fine for him. But for me, he never says, JD, hey, you should wait. It's not until Dana's the one who's like, oh, don't sleep with an older woman. That will make her a slut. And you want to know what? You can fuck a slut, but just don't bring a slut around me.
Cody also famously slut shames his girlfriend.
He not real like
he kind of slut shames the shit out of her before shooting her in the head, according to the YouTube edit I found.
No, I want to know what the fuck you're watching.
I think I sent it to you when we did the formulaic. There's just a YouTube edit of a real show. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Well, then it was probably edited for him to not be like, hey, you don't need to always like, I'm here. You can find a romance without just like sleeping with someone. And I think that's also valid because she's looking for a romance. And especially back in the day in 1993 or 91 when this was released and I was released.
Nice.
With an umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. Oh my God, they got to me too soon.
Jesus.
Yeah, I will stand by it. He is not slut shaming in that instance. He is trying to be compassionate. Now, if, because he's like this like chill surfer dude, if it comes across that way, then okay, that's more on Sean than it is on the text.
No, that's James. I appreciate you for defending this slut shamer so vigorously.
You want to know what? You come over. I will watch this clip that you just sent me, and if it is edited to take out the poignancy, just to get to him shooting her in the head, then you want to know what? That's on you, brother.
Why? Just because I edited this hastily in the 3 minutes while you were talking? No. So I could create this clip myself?
No, because you didn't look at other instances.
Yeah,
This is Fahrenheit 9/11 all over again.
This is a Lucha Underground podcast. We got to get back. If Step by Step becomes our new Batman, we're ruined.
Oh, no, Batman's still Batman, okay, guys? I've been reading a lot of Batgirl.
I can't wait to do a Batman podcast where we can talk about Step by Step.
Damn, I would love that.
We go back to Dario's office. He's been meaning to sit down with Dragon Azteca Jr. for weeks to clear the air. As a reminder, Dragon Azteca Jr. recently has found the cell of Matanza, the monster, brother to Dario, and the man who killed, according to Dragon Azteca, the man who killed his master, Dragon Azteca Sr. A lot of drama.
I'm excited for him to meet the Majin Buu of Matanza.
Now, what does that... Did that mean anything?
You said the cell of Matanza.
Oh, get fucked. I hate this show so much. I swear to God. Happy April Fools. I walked into that one. Yeah, so he discovered the Frieza of Matanza. Dario wants to clear the air here. Dario knows that Dragon thinks Matanza killed someone close to him, but Dario assures him that my brother is a monster, but not a killer. So Matanza must have non-lethally eaten Bale's head. A reminder that Matanza has eaten a man's head, alive, who was not alive after anyway.
What if we get, I hope this happens, what if we get like a cyborg version of that dude who got eaten?
Cyborg Bale would be fucking sick. We fucking better. Man, season 5 would have had Cyborg Bale. God damn it.
Remember when Brian Cage played an android in a wrestling match?
Yeah. Cage is fucking sweet. I think he was the Terminator, wasn't he?
No, he was just like some cyborg in a movie that was wrestling.
Oh, then no.
Okay, I'll send you a link.
Please and thank you. Dragon Azteca Jr., he's familiar with Dario. He was trained by Dragon Azteca Sr., who was a rival of both Dario Cueto and Dario Cueto's father, who are doing, again, whole bunch of hidden evil magic at this temple. This is not just a wrestling promotion. This is a whole shit show. So Dragon Azteca Jr. knows not to trust Dario. He says, "What are you but a liar?" Dario counters, "I'm not a liar. I am a giver of opportunities." And he tells Dragon Azteca Jr. about the match he made last week for Ultima Lucha. He offered Black Lotus a match against Dragon Azteca Jr. Dario says Black Lotus believes her parents were killed by this young luchador's master, the late Dragon Azteca Sr., and that Black Lotus won't rest until the Dragon Azteca legacy is in ruin. So Dario says, "I've already made this match. It's not for her, but for you, Dragon Azteca Jr. I made this match for you to get revenge on the real killer of your master, Black Lotus." Which is not a lie. She killed, right? If I'm not, yeah, she's the one who killed Dragon Azteca Sr. at the end of last season.
But this is Dario just being a little shit, giving, just not giving full context or full details, and just really taking, he's just setting these two up to beat the shit out of each other and possibly kill each other.
And it's working. When we cut to Dragon Azteca on the other side of the desk, the words start echoing in his ears. He can't keep his head up. It's fucking his shit up. Dario's a little shit, but he's very good at being a little shit. Mm-hmm. And then we go to the next match for 3 more Gift of the Gods medallions. It will be a trios match of Cortez Castro, Mr. Cisco, and Joey Ryan versus Killshot, Sinestro de la Muerte, and Marty the Moth Martinez. If this is your first episode, Castro and Ryan are undercover cops. Mr. Cisco is now wearing a wire. So he was like a criminal associate to Castro before his cover got blown. Now he has to wear a wire.
I wear underwire.
Nice. Keep all the boys in line.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
On my scrote.
On the other side of the ring, Marty still holds the stolen dog tags of Killshot, whom he's been tormenting for weeks. Marty takes the mic and says to prove his loyalty to the trio, "I'm going to offer back your dog tags, Killshot. Here you go. Please stop being so mad at me."
I fucking loved this.
It was kind of cute. It was like this tense moment of that's really the only thing I have against you. If you give me back the dog tags, yeah, let's work together. These are for 3 medallions. Mm-hmm. This is the Gift of the Gods. It's a big deal. Again, this is a free. If you win the Gift of the Gods title, that is a free title match, guaranteed.
Yeah, and why I loved it so much is this is how all competitors should be in this show. They shouldn't be, like in the next match, getting their past shit in the way, or like the three on the other side are doing, because it's just, we need to win this. Let's work together, then we'll settle our differences later.
Yeah, the story of can they coexist is a trope in professional wrestling. The Attitude Era of like, The Rock and Stone Cold and Triple H, they loved to do this. They loved putting people together, like tag teams together. Like, these two people can't coexist. They hate each other, but they won the titles. Oh, wow, this is going to, like, and it's hard to even describe that in America because it does, in wrestling, it feels overdone, but also in entertainment and in television, miscommunication. Like, if you're going to do a comedy of errors via miscommunication, like these two people, all their problems will be solved if they just talk to each other. Like, it's so hard to do that and not be very annoying. Not be very frustrating. I should say annoying, frustrating.
In AEW, are there two people feuding who one's like very serious and one's comedy?
I'm sure. Not right now so much, I guess. But like in the past, yeah. Let's say Pac and Orange Cassidy.
Okay. Who is Orange Cassidy, the comedy, or?
He was the silly little guy. Pac was the bastard.
Okay, so Pac and him, let's say they get teamed up together, they win the titles. Everyone is literally saying, oh, but can they coexist together? And they're like, you want to know what? Yeah, we can. We're going to get a tattoo of that. So it's like the bumper sticker would be the coexist bumper sticker, but Pac shows up and he has the bumper sticker tattoo like Tupac's Thug Life, like it's on his stomach area. And then...
Can I take a guess? Can I take a guess where this is going?
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy gets a tramp stamp of coexist.
He's like, this is what we were going to do. And then Pac's you would think Orange Cassidy would be the one embarrassed, but Pac is the one embarrassed. Like, this is my fucking team member, and he has a lower back tattoo of coexist. Like, I have it in like sort of a tough spot, but this is ridiculous.
I don't know if this is good wrestling, but it's great TV. I'll tell you that right now.
And that's good wrestling.
Babies. Back to the match. Marty with this beautiful backflip. Matt considers the beautiful flight of the moth. Vampiro counters with dude's got mental problems. Thank you, Vampiro.
Which Stryker compares Marty to these three things. Do you have these written down?
I don't. Do you?
I have off the top of my head. He says, like,
You're
Patrick Bateman, American Psycho, Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yep.
And then the third one I want to know if you have any frame of reference for, because when I heard this, I was like, this is wildly obscure, because at least I feel this series of American Horror Story wasn't the biggest one. He says Dandy from American Horror Story, which is from Freak Show.
Yeah, I only saw season 1, and it was chill, but I had wrestling to watch, so I fell off after season 1.
I thought season 2 was fantastic, and Freak Show I just watched and I was like, this is unsettling. This feels exploitative. And I think then after that they're like, yeah, let's just go full into exploitation.
That's a shame, because you could make a point, I suppose, with like, is it a commentary on exploitation or is this exploitation? And it sounds like they went the other way. All right, that sucks. Speaking of sucks, Joey Ryan is in this match. Let's get out of this one quickly.
Oh, yeah. I fucking loved how Marty kept passing the sucker back and forth, especially when he passes it to a Killshot, and Killshot's like, what are you doing? And just knocks it out of his hand. Very good.
It's hard to see that again because, like, I get it. And especially if you're not familiar with his work, it's great comedy wrestling. Like, it was like, honestly, it was very...
Well, this is what I'm saying. Nothing Joey Ryan was doing in this was funny. What Marty and Killshot were doing made it funny.
I see, and I hate this because the nature of wrestling is like, that's also Joey. Like, that's his gimmick. That's his bit. And it's like, and it's them together all building that bit together. But like, I can't even just, you know what? Yes. Killshot and Marty crushed it. I don't remember the third guy in that trio. That was they were good.
Yeah, very good. It's like I guess you've never seen the comments on a Jake and Amir video on YouTube.
Yeah, no, James. I respect myself.
They just say like, Amir fucking isn't funny. Jake's the real good one. Or in Bleep Bloop, especially when Amir was on, they say, oh man, get Amir off. He's not even funny. What the fuck's Jake and Amir even about? And that's how I found out about Jake and Amir. And I quote it every day now.
They're great.
This match was fast, like the pacing of it, so much so I was like, wait, I need to slow this down. Am I still in 1.4 speed, which I do like during the interstitials? But no, I was on 1.1 speed.
They were great. Killshot looks amazing. Like, it's hard. You know me. It's hard for me to root against Samoa Joe. But I am rooting for Swerve Strickland to become the first Black AEW heavyweight champion at Dynasty, I think, next week.
He has to win because Samoa Joe's got to go back to Nolans.
Yeah, to film season 2 of the the Twisted Metal. Sinestro tags in Cisco with a power slam tag out to Castro because now Cisco has found out that Castro was an undercover cop, so that chemistry they've had since season 1 is much more shaky than it used to be. Cisco with a combo Hurricane Rana neck breaker. I am so glad, as much as I dogged on Mr. Cisco in season 1, I'm so glad he's still here. It is wild how good he is in this season.
I don't know. Maybe he was in quotes bad because for story purposes, because it's like he wasn't a wrestler within that. I know he like botched some stuff, especially that one that we discussed in full length, like maybe an Ultima Lucha or something. But it was a trios tournament in season 1. But it could be for story purposes. I don't know.
It could be. Either way, I'm glad. Also, I was talking to someone who's like familiar with his work nowadays, where I forget the name of the school he's teaching at. This person was talking about them. He's like, he's not just like teaching nowadays and still active on the indie scene. He's one of those like really good dudes to have out there. Like he's wrestling and he's teaching not to put himself over, but to put over the next generation. And you can see how much he loves it. And I'm like, I'm so good. Shout out to Mr. Cisco. This dude's fucking great.
Yeah. I got to start doing that for rap music.
Hell yeah.
Start teaching the youth. And by the youth, I mean anyone over the age of 25.
Yeah. Killshot and Marty working with great chemistry now. It's interesting seeing these two who hate each other. Now they have such like natural chemistry.
So fucking good.
Killshot sets up Castro. He backflips off of Castro to corkscrew dive onto the pile of bodies outside of the ring. It's insane. Cisco looks so good. Yeah. Joey's glory hounding eventually distracts Castro. And as they argue, Mr. Cisco is getting worked over by Marty and Killshot, who pins Cisco to win 3 more medallions at 8 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah, baby. There was Stryker says, oh, he just like Canadian leg swiped him, something along those lines.
Yeah, they bury Lance Storm catches a stray.
I love this because he
Lance
says, oh, or I guess Mexican leg sweep in this instance. And then Vampiro says, oh, yeah, you should. And then Stryker says, well, didn't Lance Storm always do that? And that's why it's a Canadian leg sweep. And Vampiro goes, Lance Storm's not Canadian. He's from Alberta. And I love that stuff. When someone from, I don't know Canadian stuff. I didn't live there, but it's wild that different areas are like, man, those are fake Canadians, even though they are technically in Canada. I just love regionalisms.
I could be very wrong. I grew up not in Canada. I grew up Canada adjacent in Buffalo. But like, I've never heard that from like, that Alberta's not Canada. If you're familiar, please like write into us and let us know, is this a real thing or is Vampiro just being cheeky?
Please.
I think he's just being cheeky.
Yeah.
It's just so like, it's not even Canada. It's Alberta. Like, oh. Also, shouts out to Lance Storm. I fucking love that dude.
And then one last note on this match. Vampiro says, you got to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's why we're arm in arm talking to Stryker. And Stryker says, what one are we? And then there's a beat, and Vampiro goes, lovers.
I missed that. Let's fucking go. So cute.
On to the next match.
The final 2 medallions. So yeah, we have 1 medallion given to Nightclaw at the beginning, 1 medallion earned by Daga, 3 medallions now earned by Marty. Oh, who after the match, Marty steals back the dog tags. This was a ruse to get them all on the same side. Ref is raising their hands. Killshot spots his dog tags in Marty's hands And that's when Marty shoves the ref into Killshot and makes a very whoop, 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 whoop kind of escape.
Yeah.
So yeah, then Killshot, Sinestro de la Muerte, and Marty the Moth Martinez all have medallions. That's 5 medallions. We have 2 more left to give out in this tag team match. Speaking of can they coexist, you mentioned that up top. Sexy Star and Mariposa versus Taya and Ivelisse.
Okay, one of those is a little less of a butting heads than the other.
Well, but here's the interesting thing about this, and it kind of goes back to something we talked about weeks ago, which is, was Sexy Star supposed to turn heel and join Mariposa and Marty? Mm-hmm. Because, so Mariposa and Marty kidnapped Sexy Star at the end of season 1. Big rivalry, but they kind of already blew off this with their I Quit match. Mm-hmm. Like, so I don't care about this rivalry so much anymore.
Yeah, it's now just 2 people who don't want to be in the same room as each other.
Yeah, and they haven't been on TV. Like, I don't think they really haven't built this to anything in the last couple of weeks. Meanwhile, Taya and Ivelisse, admittedly, there's not this kidnapping and this brainwashing sort of scheme that was attached to it. But they've just been on TV at each other's throats. Like, it's so funny that, like, one has had way more stakes, but has not been, like, built, so I don't care. Meanwhile, the other one is a lot simpler, but they've been doing it consistently, so I'm like, yeah, no, they hate each other. But do these 2 even hate each other? I don't know. It's kind of messy. Anyway.
I would have really liked it to set up like, oh no, these are the same exact things. We get a backstage promo where it's Ivelisse and Taya just like sitting in the break room. And Taya looks over and she goes, I'm hungry. And then Ivelisse is just like listening like to headphones or just reading a book. And she goes, I'm hungry. And then she like looks around, clearly doesn't want to get up, and like pulls out like a little like a necklace. And then she looks at Ivelisse and she says, Ivelisse, you are getting sleepy.
Wait,
you
what?
will get me food. And she's like, are you trying to like hypnotize me? And she says, is it working? She says, no. Then she goes, yes, then I am trying to hypnotize you. And then she just leaves. And then we're like, oh no, yeah, they were trying to brainwash. It's the same exact thing. And on the way off, she says, and you will give me whatever medallion you win today.
And you know what? The fact that they didn't have to do that, and there is still more heat in their rivalry than in Sexy Star and Mariposa, just goes to prove sometimes you just need to get on TV more.
Yeah, it could also be an issue of, since they're filming like 2 to 4 episodes each weekend, technically the No Mas match could have been just 2 weeks ago for them. So it feels like there's still that weight, but then when you branch it out week to week, now it's been a drastically long time since then.
That could be it. But there's also so many people, there are so many like heavy television and film producers. Like, it's not just a wrestling company. It's Mark Burnett, right? The creator of Survivor is one of the executive producers on this show. Like, they should know better, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sexy and Taya start out. They take it to the mat, even exchange. Big temple chance for Taya Valkyrie here.
Yeah.
Who is the heel. Like at this point, has done nothing heroic, has been an absolute heel, but is getting big chance.
But her fit is giving Emma Frost, baby.
Yeah. Yo, La Vero Loca in the snowflakes and shit. Next time I get called a snowflake, I'm going to tell them, yeah, like Taya fucking Valkyrie does. Have you seen episode 22 of season 2?
Yeah, and I'll say, oh, I'm a snowflake. Well, when a bunch of us snowflakes come together, we become Frosty the Snowman, scream happy birthday. Is that what you want, huh?
Yeah, tell me happy birthday or get the fuck out of the way, baby.
Yeah, bitch. Or should I say, bitch?
You should say boat because it's a cute word.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all right. Ivelisse heart attacks herself out, as has Mariposa. So a lot of the match is Sexy versus Taya and Ivelisse versus Mariposa. Who's great in this match? I thought Mariposa. Like, there's a lot of great wrestling here, even though half of the wrestlers in this match are very canceled for very good reasons. You know what I mean?
Okay, one of them is...
Both of them are. Ivelisse is canceled because she does not believe depression is a mental illness.
Oh, that I did not know. But
sorry. We should have talked about that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Hey, coming from two very depressed people, let us assure you, it is.
Nah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nah, if anything, we should just... The only cure for it's a goddamn gun in my mouth. Am I right, baby?
James, please say April Fool's after that.
Oh, yeah. It's not if I kill myself. It is when.
James.
Oh, yeah.
James, you please. I love you very much.
Because a big old we're going to get Final Fantasy VII one day. A big old meteor is going to come, and I'm going to say I'm not waiting.
What? Why not? What if it's like you, me, and Nicole, like Corey's, both Steves are there, and we're all hanging out, having a good old time waiting for the meteor. And it's like we're not even waiting; we're just having good times together.
Unless a big, overgrown Moogle and some weird thing hanging out on it, unless we have one of them on our side, I'm not waiting around.
Okay, we're gonna get a Moogle. We're gonna get a big old rock giant. You know what? No, fuck that. We're not getting a rock giant. You know who we're getting instead? Mil motherfucking Muertes.
Ooh.
You gonna kill yourself now, motherfucker?
Mil Muertes is Cat Sith.
Yes. Yeah.
Wouldn't he be a better Barrett? No. He's Cat Sith.
Fucking Sith, baby.
And he's it's just a luchador mask to it's, Disney bounding Cat Sith. My mind works in marvelous ways.
Yeah, yes. Hey, James, thanks for not killing yourself. Mariposa sets up for the running Death Valley driver. Ivelisse escapes, Sunset Flip. There's some great wrestling for, again, half of the wrestlers in this match being absolutely canceled. Some great stuff here.
But I want to say, this is something I would like to say.
Sure.
The two people in this, and even Sexy Star, I think they are redeemable. I think what they have done, if they apologize, and that's the big thing with Sexy Star, she just did not apologize and is standing to that ground. If she goes on a redemption thing and means it, I think there are ways to come back into this sport again. Whereas
absolutely.
Joey Ryan, absolutely not. Leave him out of here.
Yeah, that's a great point. If Joey Ryan ever took accountability, he still should not be in a wrestling ring ever again.
Yeah.
His crimes are fucked and he needs to stay out. Mm-hmm. Sexy's kind of hard because Sexy did intentionally try to injure another wrestler.
Yeah.
She probably shouldn't be invited back either. To be honest.
Let's say, I think if she goes on a full redemption tour, at least, what about commentary?
I think if that's her reaction to this art form, I wouldn't trust her. Canceling is one thing. I'm not saying these are, you were always a terrible person.
Yeah.
I think in this instance, this industry is not healthy. If this is your reaction to this industry, it's probably not right for you. You probably can't really exist if your reaction to professional wrestling is to actually attempt to injure your opponent for real.
I don't know. I think, because we also don't know what was going, could she have things going on that Ivelisse doesn't believe are actually an issue? But see, that was me throwing shade at Ivelisse.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I really thought we talked about Ivelisse's Twitter history before this. I'm sorry to spring that on you now. I found out actually a couple of weeks ago. I was like, yeah, why do we hate Ivelisse? And I'm like, oh, depression is not a real mental illness. Interesting. Okay.
You just got to crush it in your mind, Vice, baby.
Yeah, sure.
That's what Jack Donaghy says.
Yeah, that guy certainly is not canceled. Wait, what's this? Oh, no, Alec Baldwin. Oh, geez.
Hey, you got to separate the character from the actor, okay?
All right, yeah.
Also, Jack Donaghy's a terrible person.
Yeah.
Just because he's a cartoon doesn't mean his actions are good.
Our next podcast is just going to be who's canceled and should they be?
No, thank you. This is already too much discuss. I just wanted to say one thing.
Yeah, I know, but it was the wrong thing.
Well, because I wasn't fully informed, but I do think that it's redeemable.
I mean, that's the thing. Redeemable, but I don't think should be invited back into wrestling. At least 2/3 of the people, probably the third. I don't know. But that's the thing. Cancel is not... Like I say, to get on morality, I don't think anyone is
Sean, we
irredeemable.
do not have the time.
You shouldn't have brought up irredeemability then. I'm not going to talk about the match. I'm just going to say this real quick. That's the power of accountability, is that we all can change. We all can grow. Whether or not you need to forgive that person because they wronged you, you don't owe that to them necessarily. But as an individual, none of us are doomed to be doomed. And I think that's important.
And Sean?
Yeah. And James. Boats.
No April Fools.
No. Let's get to the end of the match. Ivelisse and Sexy are going hold for hold. Ivelisse clears Mariposa, but Taya misses a spear onto Sexy Star, her tag team partner. Or no, I'm sorry. Taya misses the spear attempt to Sexy Star, instead hits Ivelisse, her tag team partner. Mariposa comes in while the ref's back is turned. Death Valley driver onto Ivelisse before throwing Sexy Star on top of Ivelisse for the pin. Final two medallions go to Mariposa and Sexy Star at 9 minutes and 49 seconds.
It was real good. I have a couple notes. I loved how Taya was just cackling in the corner at Ivelisse getting beat up. That was very funny. And then Taya later on gets just her shit wrecked, but I think that whoever else she was fighting is also kind of shit wrecked. So Taya is just crawling back to her corner like your drunk friend trying to give you something, and just tags her. Ivelisse is like, yeah, tag my hand. But then Taya's like, I can't reach up that high, and just tags her knee.
The crawl was very good. I'm glad you brought that up.
And anyone who thinks women can't wrestle, watch this. We get a story. It's great match. It's all good.
It's a great match. And looking back on it, I guess they kind of do answer that's the thing I said up top about Taya and Ivelisse having so much heat and Mariposa and Sexy Star kind of being cooled down. Because Mariposa and Sexy Star are the ones who can get on the same page and win the match together. I mean, while Sexy and Ivelisse, like, they had that huge miscommunication. Like, it all kind of stems from Taya missing the spear and hitting Ivelisse, right? We cut to the final segment. Prince Puma cutting his first promo in the ring. Comes out, pink and gold zipper hoodie with a black and red mask, which fucking looks great. Only match he wants is the same match that y'all want to see.
Which I was like, I don't know what match that is.
Neither do I, but after he said it, I was like, you know what? True. I agree. Puma says he remembers training with Conan, who told him he could be the best.
And when he brought up Conan, I was like, that is the match I want to see, him versus Conan.
Conan on the cane who can barely walk versus Prince motherfucking Puma. Yeah.
And it would just be Vampiro, just like microphone away from his mouth, just screaming,
cackling.
Beat his ass, Puma!
Screaming, beat his ass, and cackling the entire time.
Taya's also there with popcorn, and sitting next to her is Ivelisse looking all like dazed and confused because she successfully hypnotized her.
All right.
That's how she got the popcorn.
Sure. Puma remembers training with Conan, who told him that he could be the best. That Puma, you could be the next Rey Mysterio. And it cut to two friends in the crowd. I love this shot. One guy is smiling like, yeah, Rey Mysterio, Prince Puma, cool match. The other guy is like rubbing his chin and giving a you sure you want to do that kind of face. It's very like one guy. To me, that's like the opposite. That's me and you to an extent, where like you're like oh yeah, that looks pretty fun, and then just me like, I don't know about this one. Together they were former champions. Puma acknowledges that Rey is the best, but it leaves Puma with questions. Is he really the next Rey Mysterio, or am I better? And Puma needs to know, so he asks, Rey, will you fight me at Ultima Lucha 2? It's like asking out a prom date, but for wrestling. So Rey comes out, responds face to face. Mysterio chants are so loud right now. One fan has got his hands and his face to the sky, prostrating. Like, this is religion. The fan who has his arms outreached, his hands up like he's a cover for an album of the band Creed. It's so fucking I love wrestling.
Okay, I know I bring up Batman a lot, but you gotta stop bringing up Creed.
I can't.
What's the deal with people just being into Creed now? I think you are now into Creed.
Creed is my Batman.
If we named episodes, that's what it would be called.
Creed is my Batman?
Yeah.
Rey takes the mic. He's got mad respect for Puma, But he reminds him that while he's a prince, I am El Rey. And I'm like, oh shit, that means king in Spanish. Let's go. As much as Puma wants to know if he's better, Rey wants to know if he's still the best. And therefore, Rey accepts the match. They shake hands, they exchange words of respect off mic. Before Puma raises Rey's hand, they double pose on the turnbuckles. We go off air. These friends are gonna fuck their shit up. And I can't wait.
After watching this, I made a very nice joke on Twitter. I said, the most underrated luchador ever, King Roman, and it was a picture of Ray Romano.
Yeah, you sent me that, and
I was hoping you'd retweet it.
I should have retweeted. I think I just responded because I wasn't sure if this is a Roman Reigns reference, but I don't know if you know who Roman Reigns is.
I know who Roman Reigns is. No, Ray means king.
Yeah.
And Romano means Roman in Italian.
Oh, so this is Ray Romano? Oh,
yeah.
I just got... That is... James, I don't think anyone in the wrestling community is smart enough to get that joke.
I constantly, whenever I hear someone named Ray, because Nicole is like... Oh, his name's Pentagon Jr.? Like, he's just like a junior? And it's like, no, Nicole, it's like with the mask being passed down. And she's like, okay. So I think of Ray like that. Like, if it's R-A-Y, like, hey, that's my buddy Raymond Mysterio. No, it means king. But without that context, you're like, yeah, it's just a dude named Ray. All right. But, yeah, so that's why whenever I see someone named Ray, I'm like, he's king last name.
Oh, damn. Oh, I forgot what I said. I think I said Deborah acknowledge me because I thought it was a Roman Reigns reference.
No, it was his name is King Roman. Again, my mind works in magnificent waves.
Oh my gosh. Well, my mind barely works. And you can watch it barely working over at twitch.tv/GooseVonKaiser. Where I swear to God, one day I was like, I only got 2 hours. Let's real quick just jump on. And I beat this fucking Dark Eater Madeir's boss in Dark Souls 3. It was glorious. And if you don't know what that means, you can learn what that means by coming over to twitch.tv/GooseVonKaiser, motherfucker.
And you'll learn that I'm not the only musician on this podcast, babe.
Oh, yeah, I play music sometimes. Don't tell anyone.
Oh, yeah.
It's very embarrassing.
He sings and he noodles that guitar like it's his NATO ass, baby.
Why? I don't have time to dig into what that means, James. Please just hit your plugs.
Hey, guys, new album with Dragon Boy Suede coming out April 19th, The Dragon and the Monster, available wherever music is found. But you can listen to our singles that we've released. Right now, it's on Spotify. It's everywhere, bitch. But listen to Death to Squids also on this podcast feed. Listen to Mostly Speaking Sentai. Listen to Sweet Child of Time with Steve Barnes and I. Listen to This Movie's Gay. That's on hiatus. But what's also on hiatus, sadly, is Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, because R2 Shelby 2 is like, I don't have enough time each month to dissect an entire TV show than write a script. So I think what will happen is, here and there, I will get guest co-hosts to come on to kind of broaden the horizon. Like if Sean were on, Sean might do Gilmore Girls. I don't think that's really formulaic though, but we would do a show that maybe we wouldn't have gotten to just Shelby and I. You know, then I'll be better fit for a writer's room. I'll be able to work with multiple people instead of the one person I work with very well already.
Hell yeah. Shouts out to R2 Shelby too, by the way. Way to stay busy, bud.
Yeah. And head over to patreon.com/MLM pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. Oh, yeah. We're done with Critters Month, so this week it's coming out, The Citizens of Townsville Z with the aforementioned Steve Barnes. We're talking about Powerpuff Girls Z. And, oh my goodness, if you're a $10 patron, you get all that weekly stuff as well as monthly bonus content in the form of straight to Patreon. I went over to Joe and Jose's and we watched a movie called Beaster Day. Here Comes Peter Cottonhell. And boy, oh boy, did I fucking love that movie. It was amazing. So much so I was like, I'm going to watch the director's all their other movies. And Monsters in the Closet, pretty good too. Not as good as Beaster Day, but still very good. And you get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast at that $10 patron level. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z. the Waz, Orion, Jordan B. the Chaos Witch, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jakis, Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time, and Intro Void, the womb in which I emerged, umbilical cord wrapped around my neck for not long enough, my mother, Lil Core's BFF and now former roommate Shane, that fed, twitch.tv/core winning, from This Movie's Gay, it's Corwin, and from Formula a podcast and script writing still, okay, we're on hiatus. If This Movie's Gay, after 3 years of not putting out an episode, can still say it's on hiatus, so can Formulaic. And from the Rom Complex, still releasing every single week and still me editing every episode, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2. I've been James.
And I've been Sean, and this has been Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, Purple Prancer Forever.
Bye.
Boat.
Recording.
I am recording. Check. Welcome into Sweaty Time. I'm going to take this again because I'm peaking actually way more than I thought it would. Actually, do you mind just stopping the record just so we don't have all this extra real quick? Because I'm going to adjust my mic on my PC.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me also change mine.
So I'm just going to delete that.
Is this good?
That's the opposite of good.
Oh.
Hold on now.
Wait, no, I'm pretty sure this is good now, right?
Stop. I'm trying. And listen.
Okay.
I'm doing my best. It's just what it is. Yeah, James, what's that?
April Fools, this sounds bad.
You're a piece of shit. Oh my gosh. Let's see, manage sound devices. No.
Welcome into Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not recording right now.
No, but I'm recording your little bits, bitch.
How?
I record your track on a separate track. I'm good at my job. That's how I line us up. There's another track that's going into a separate mixer that then goes into our audio interface. The separate mixer is being used, it's using the headphone jack from the computer to take your audio as a separate track. And it's also used as a backup just in case you lose your file or something.
That's very useful. All right. Give me a two. Check.
Oh, now I need to turn you up on my end.
Okay, I'm gonna pop myself a little bit. Check.
This is all bloopers, bitch.
How do I sound? Can
you sound
hear me
good.
Out? Great. I am recording.
Oh, yeah.